open-air museum where they show 300 years of history with a focus on 1850 and 1950. So I'm here to learn a little bit more about the area. The Black Museum is showing that time when they built the canals, so 300 years ago. So I want to research and understand a little bit more what happened in that time and to understand a little bit more about the canals itself. The name Black Country is from the lot of coal what they were digging out from the mines and covered the whole Midlands. It was everywhere. The world's first steam engine was built by Thomas Newcomen and they used it in the coal mines. The museum has a mine where they show the horrible circumstances, how these workers spend their days in here, in this dark place, knowing that the mine can fall on them any second. The museum has a lot of machines and guns and old cars and motorcycles. The area is famous for making nails and ancient chains, for the Titanic, for example. In this room, a nice woman told me the story of Mary MacArthur, who was fighting for women workers in the beginning of 1900. Everyone was making chains in this time, but men were working 6 hours a day, making bigger chains though, and women who worked 12 hours, took care of children at the same time, and do the housework, got 4 or 5 times less money than men did. That's why Mary MacArthur started a strike and led the Women Trade Union League. And in the end, they doubled their money, which was a big success in that time for sure. There's a small village in the museum where you can find a chemistry shop, shoemaking shop, tobacco shop, candy shop and fish and chips restaurants. And you can find a school where a teacher is explaining how they beated the bad kids in the 18th century. Nice, isn't it? Obviously, you can find a pub next to the church where you can drink a cold cider after the ceremony. But what amused me is a cinema which was built in 1921 and still presenting short movies, including Charlie Chaplin and Laurel and Hardy, shown on original 16mm film. I just loved it. After a while, I found the canal and the old narrow boats, and I met with Robert, who explained me more details about these boats. Here you can see how they lived here 200 years ago. The living area is smaller than my bathroom on my boat. I saw little homes where I was able to understand the surroundings, how they lived and survived during the Second World War. They made flyers and little books to explain how to eat and live during wartime. For example, they grew some vegetables on their own. Anyway, there's so much to see in the Black Country Living Museum. I totally recommend you to come here. I spent a nice day here learning a lot, which is gonna be very useful for my exhibition. I'm quite sure about that. What do you think? They put this horse crap here for being authentic? Or there was really a horse who did his job here?